see that coming. Did not see this thumbnail coming.
Marcus, what else was I supposed to do? There was too much going on.
Yeah. You just like throwing stuff together and see what stick. But
how often I never use words on thumbnails.
I know. This is the first time. Other than Manny and Marcus and the Untitled part, there are never words in the thumbnail on Tuesday and Thursday. Today we get words because breaking news. And you know my favorite part about all this? These two men are arguing about, I'm going to win the Rumble. No, I'm going to win the Rumble. I'm going to finish my story. Meanwhile, The Rock took over the company and said, no, doesn't matter what you think.
None of you finishing your story.
The Annoying family is finishing their story.
Welcome, everyone, to the Untitled Manny and Marcus show. I am still a very sick Lord Manny Hayes, and over there is
Marcus, the grand finale. But if you are in South America, North America, Latin America, and in Spain, we are the kings of the ropes. But at a buffet line, we're the wild boars.
And however, if you're in Canada, we are the wolf dogs.
By the way, we also run Monday Night Raw.
Well, Marcus, I was going to lead with I'm more of the American dream than you are.
Damn it. Well, I'm more Lord Manny Hayes than you are. How you like that? It's getting hot here. It's getting hot here. I gotta take up the podcast sweater.
Oh no, he's gonna call me a pussy to my face.
I'm gonna be dabbing up women in Pro Wrestling Eve and everything.
Huge wrestling news day today, Marcus.
Yeah, it was just like someone said, you know what? Let's shit out everything. Let's shit out everything in the next 2 days. Oh, Monday Night Football's gone. The NFL isn't our problem anymore. Let's shit out all this information. Ridiculous.
Where do you want to start?
Manny, you know what? Let's start simple. Let's start in humble beginnings. The 2K. Let's start with the 2K covers. Nice.
No, Marcus, I think we need to start even bigger.
Oh, okay.
Friday nights are changing because Kevin Patrick has been removed from Friday Night SmackDown.
You know, so much happened. That was in my thing.
They don't know who they're replacing with. The only thing we know is he gone.
He gone. And you know what? I'm thinking. I already know the replacement.
Vic,
ladies and gentlemen, he's finally going to the main roster. Mr. Joe Gacy, he has been approved.
No!
He did his audition on NXT. No, I'm just playing. No, Big Joseph will probably take the spot. I don't see why not.
I mean,
it's his boy Corey.
He's got a good rapport with Corey on that podcast they used to do before Kevin Patrick took his place. But
Kevin Patrick took his place there too?
Yeah.
Ooh, I haven't listened to the Corey Graves podcast ever.
I've listened to it once or twice, but you know when they put the clip up of whoever they're interviewing and it's like 7 minutes of the 1 hour they normally do? Like, that's the amount of listening I can tolerate of Corey Graves.
The best podcast they had was the New Day podcast, which Jesus Christ, bring that back for no reason.
Marcus, you know what the biggest scam in pro wrestling is? And it's not Virgil. It's the New Day doing this best of that's been going on for 3 years with.
Yes! I unsubscribed because I couldn't take it anymore. Because I was like, what how old are these shows?
I'm like, it's the biggest scam in pro wrestling.
Like, come on, man. Like, Claudio Castagnoli would not do an interview today. The best today, Claudio Castagnoli. Like, no, this never happened. It's over. You can't bring him up anymore.
You mentioned the 2K cover announcement, which is Cody Rhodes will be on the standard edition.
Yep.
Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley will be on the deluxe, which I think is going to start at $99. And then I don't know what they call
My
the
heart.
the ultimate edition, which is the 40 years of WrestleMania edition, which I've last year the top level John Cena one, which I got. It was just merely just a digital copy, so I don't think it necessarily makes sense to buy it. I mean, if that, but I know what's going on in the world right now. Physical media is becoming less and less.
Yeah, so being a cover of a video game that doesn't actually have a disc anymore doesn't mean anything. It's like buying a record.
Yeah.
Oh.
Funny
Which
thing
one
to
you
come
get?
out of that, I would probably get the deluxe if I was getting a physical edition. But that 40 years of WrestleMania stuff does look interesting. But you could get the deluxe and probably get that as DLC later on.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, if I were buy a physical copy or just having a poster, I thought the Rhea Bianca one looks the best of all of them. And it's no offense to Cody. I know he's probably happy to do this or whatnot, and the whole theme of the thing, it seemed like the game was finish your story. But I'd rather, if I'm doing story, I'm doing 40 years of WrestleMania. If I'm doing cover, I'm doing Bianca and Rhea. Cody's kind of just like, it's there.
Yeah, and Cody's been quoted for saying, if he doesn't finish the story this year, don't put him on the cover of 2K25.
Now let's get into the real shit, Manny, of everything that happened in the world.
The smaller story out of the two is The Rock being on the board of TKO. So he's on TKO. I don't know what his purpose is going to be on there, other than the deal that was struck that he now owns the Rock moniker. He owns it. He owns it outright. So I guess he's no longer just going to be referred to as Dwayne The Rock Johnson. He can just be called The Rock.
Yeah, I think maybe in the next Fast and the Furious movie or Jungle Cruise or whatever else he's
doing. Why
you
gotta bring that up? I hate that movie so much.
I couldn't think of a more recent movie. I was like, what else has he been? Like, it's just Jungle Cruise and Fast and Furious movie cameo, and I guess Black Adam. They're never making another one of those again. I'm just saying. That's it. That's all he got left in properties. I don't know if they're doing another Jumanji, but so he's just gonna be known as The Rock in the world. The Rock.
Yeah. So The Rock was on First Take and various other shows today. He didn't say much about his role. I mean, Stephen A did poke a question, is he going to be at WrestleMania? And he said him and Roman could do WrestleMania and be the main event and make a lot of money.
Yeah, I mean, what else would it do? Like, it'd be like, oh, okay, we're doing this, and you do have options. Like Mania with Seth's injury, we don't know if he will be back. I think he will be. They would have stripped him probably if he wasn't. But if you were to do Roman and Rock, and then if Cody wanted to finish his story, and there's some controversy before you do that, you can do Cody and Punk. Honestly, like the way they set it up after this show was like, and they're nose to nose.
Yeah, literally. I mean, that made sense. It made sense to do it.
Yeah, and hell, you have Gunther on the side as a side piece in all this as well. So
yeah,
it was a lot. It was a lot of stuff that happened in between this. But the main reason The Rock is on the board, Manny, I have the answer, is to be Nick Khan's boy. To be like, that's his boy. They've been boys. That's been his agent and financial advisor and whatnot. Wasn't he like he was one of those things? I forget. He's really close with The Rock.
Yeah.
His whole time. Like, they're business partners for years. And, Nick Khan's going to need allies on that board for when he makes decisions. And, he's going to be there. And, you do need a wrestler on the board. Triple H was removed from the board as well. So The Rock will be that guy. He's an accomplished businessman. Whether you like him or not, The Rock is really good at business.
Well, you know what, Marcus? Do you know what that means?
What?
Ava Rain is never getting fired.
I know she's in. She just in. They're gonna keep finding new ways to squeeze her into the show. In fact, maybe she's taking Kevin Patrick's job on SmackDown commentary. Her mouth never moves. She's just going, "Oh, what a suplex." Are you okay?
And then the biggest news story of today, Netflix will be the new home of WWE Raw in the United States of America and the rest of the world. But the rest of the world get the better part of the deal, where Raw, SmackDown, NXT, and PLEs are going to be on Netflix. What that means for WWE Network, for those that have it, I don't know. But but this deal is a 10-year deal worth $5 billion, which is on average $500 million a year. But weirdly, Marcus, there's something that makes this deal weirder. So Netflix can jump out after 5 years if they don't favor the deal, or they can add an additional 10 years, making it a 20-year contract.
Jesus. So we will see where that goes in the next 5 years, and that means I don't know what it means. I don't know how this is going to work out. You know, I believe, if I'm correct, Netflix doesn't do live television, right? I don't think they've ever did live television.
It's dabbled in it twice, I think, with a Chris Rock special and something else. But this would be the first time weekly that they've even dabbled in live sports or live in general, like consecutively. I think they've experimented. I don't know how well those experiments went. But that being on live globally, I have my concerns.
Yeah, because if 800 billion people of India decide to watch Raw at the same time as I watch Raw, and I go,
India won't be able to watch that on Netflix because they've got.
I'm sorry. That's the one country they didn't get it.
Yeah. There's a few countries that are omitted from this Netflix deal because they've already got deals in place. But what you've just mentioned globally, will there be a strain? It doesn't seem like there's just as much of a strain, considering like how when we do the watch along, when we have PLE, when we watch pay-per-views, it doesn't seem to be that much of a problem. I think the problem that came about was actually Peacock itself, not the actual pay-per-view.
Yeah. I'm just curious what they're going to add to this and features and stuff like that. Is it just going to be as confusing as an interface as Peacock? Will they update their interface?
Well, I don't know. I don't know for America, because America, I think it's just going to be it's just Raw for now. The Peacock deal, I believe, ends in 2026.
Yeah.
So I think there'll be more bargaining. Yeah, I think there'll be more bargaining. I think WWE might be smart to shop the PLE experience.
Yeah. Like, oh, you want to watch the Royal Rumble? Watch it on Amazon Prime or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I find it interesting what's going to happen. Again, I said this earlier when they were talking about moving to Amazon or Netflix or these streaming services before. I'm not a fan of it. I think that, the fan base of wrestling is already dwindling as it is. I think putting it on a streaming service, which is the way of TV now, but I still think it's going to hurt the audience. And you're not going to have an idea what the audience is.
Yeah,
it's for a vote.
Yeah, it's. I think streaming numbers are going to become more of a thing.
Yeah,
like like previously when they started talking about how Squid Game, when it was first launched, when the original series came out, they were like, oh, it was the most watched, whatever. But I feel like those numbers are going to start filtering out a lot more.
Yeah.
like the Nielsen ratings, but these will be more accurate than the Nielsen ratings.
Yeah, but and then my question is, Manny, with these streaming services and WWE doing this and the whole modern times of where we're at in this. How does this make money for Netflix? Like, I don't like.
Well, I was under
like
the impression
the
Netflix
archetype.
was offering at a loss.
Yeah, I don't know who's number one. I don't know if it's Disney, Max, or Netflix or Amazon. I don't know which one's number one. But I don't see Monday Night Raw bringing new Netflix subscribers in. Like, I don't see how that helps them.
It might, but like if you didn't have Netflix that now, you're probably not gonna get it.
Yeah, and then Peacock was already losing billions of dollars anyway, and that's not WWE's fault. I'm not saying it's their fault, but I'm saying they didn't make tons of money from having the WWE on their service anyway. So I don't see I don't understand how do you make money off these streaming services. I'm sure they're gonna probably add more ads in 2025 because I don't know if this makes Raw commercial free.
I'm assuming
for the ones who have the premium subscriptions.
I'm assuming that would be the case. So to answer that question, what you just raised, Brandon Thurston of WrestleNomics is the only person I trust on this.
Yeah, I mean, I love this guy. He's the only one that knows stuff.
Yeah, Netflix is easily the most popular subscription streaming service in the United States with 77.3 million subscribers between the US and Canada as of their last earning report, and 247 million worldwide. Netflix doesn't disclose a straightforward number of US subscribers. If subscriptions between the US and Canada are distributed equally relative to the national population, that would mean there are about 69 million Netflix subscribers in the US, a number that nearly crossing paths with roughly 70 million households in the US that have some form of traditional cable television, including cable satellite, Hulu Live TV, YouTube TV, Sling, Fubo. What the fuck's Fubo?
It's just another Tubi. It's Tubi and Play-Doh and Clay-Doh and all that. There's a million streaming services.
Yeah, so
I heard AEW announced they're gonna be on Tubi. I'm joking.
Yeah, so I mean, it is. I think it is the most. It is the most subscribed streaming service there is.
Yeah.
Is that enough to bring people in? I don't know, but like as we're more aware, wrestling on TV is on the verge of dying. Like, it's like when you compare it to yesteryear, where the Attitude Era would they were fighting between 9 million and 10 million on the other side. Just like, yeah, like the wrestling has died significantly in the terms of viewing because people's viewing habits have changed.
Yeah, and everybody on, I feel like all like sports and television, all the ratings have dropped on normal television anyway. The NFL seems to be the only one to sustain, even though I think they've dropped as well, but they're the only ones that like do rocket ship numbers. Like the NBA dropped a little bit,
Sports is different. Actual sports is different because, like, with with wrestling, you have to make it must-see TV in order to keep those numbers up. Every week it's got to be must-see TV. The fact that WWE, Raw in general, probably doesn't have anything competing against it, and even if AEW Dynamite was going against it, neither in this current form are like must-see TV. You could miss a certain amount of episodes of either show, and you go back in and you wouldn't have missed a thing. Like Raw is a little bit like, yeah, you wouldn't miss a thing. AEW Dynamite, if you missed 4 episodes, you'd be lost.
I missed an hour of Dynamite and I'm kind of lost. But like, what happened in the first hour? Oh, what do you mean Brian Davis has 2 eyes now? Oh, with that being said, and I know people want the Raw report. We spent our 10 minutes on Raw in a bit. The bulk of the show is probably going to be this. So, with this Netflix deal, Manny, and I'm going to ask you this question. I'm going to play role of host. What would you like to see change? What would you like to see change about Monday Night Raw? Now that's on Netflix, and I have my thoughts on it already.
I think if there's an opportunity to go commercial free, you just drop it down to 2 hours.
Absolutely.
Like for me, to be honest, I don't watch Raw live ever. Well, I do occasionally, but like I can't stand the amount of commercial breaks American TV has. Like even with football, when I watch Raw live, it's like this is ridiculous. There's just way too many, and that needs to change. That needs to go right away. When I watch Raw now, it's a recorded version, and all the adverts have been stripped unless it's like picture in picture, and then sometimes leave it in. But like that broadcast is normally about 2 hours and a little bit of change.
2 hours 20 minutes.
It's a little bit. Yeah, it's an easier watch. It's a much easier watch being 2 hours than having to give 3 hours of your attention on a Monday. Yes. Or for me, a Tuesday. But like, it's not a pay-per-view. And then you leave disappointed a lot of the time. Like realistically, there's never anything in that third hour that goes, yes, I'm so happy I stayed to watch this.
I'm glad especially when I watch it versus Maxine Dupree.
Yeah, when it's 4 a.m. and I go, what have I done with my life?
TBS and the Bros was going, yo, and hi.
Say hi.
Say hi. And I say, yo, hi. I would like for it to go, like you said, 2 hours. I don't think we're going to get commercial free. I think we're going to probably get more ads. I think it's not going to be full. I don't think the ads are going to be traditional. Like, let's go into a commercial break. I think it's going to be just a part of the show where you just be like, this is like they do with the PLEs.
Yeah, I hate those PLE ads. They convince you like you're watching something new or part of the show, but like it's not. This isn't a part of the show.
And then goes in to try to sell you a credit card or some shit.
Yeah, and it's like, I wanted to go toilet. I could have gone toilet in this space of time.
I missed nothing. I don't need to see LA Knight drive a Slim Jim car. Then you have. I would like to see. You know what? We can go a little edgier. I'm not saying go full MA or saying, we can say fuck now. No, you don't have to. But, a nice casual shit and a bitch and a goddamn, and you don't have to censor the whole. No, what I'm basically meaning, you don't have to censor holy shit like we did on Raw this week.
Oh, you mean the chant?
Yeah, like stuff like that.
I hate when they censor the chant because, like, especially if it's during a promo, you do not hear anything.
Like when The Rock was coming out saying he's an asshole and the crowd chanting asshole, 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 like it'd be nice. Sorry, excuse my language, Mr. YouTube, but I'm just saying it would be nice if we could do that. Or if this guy got his hell yeah.
What if Seth Rollins comes out? He's no longer Seth freaking Rollins and he's Seth fucking Rollins.
That kind of hits different. That's kind of his different. I don't know what his character is. Oh, he's out there fucking. Maybe they bring Mandy Rose back and give her OnlyFans on live TV.
Yeah, I mean, a steer away from PG would be good, but I feel like I've seen what they're doing on AEW where it's not like that, and it's like it's not that. I feel like it's overdone.
Yeah, but I want mature, like just every now and then, if someone says this is a damn or asshole chance or holy shit chance, you don't have to censor it. That's all I'm saying. That's all I want. I'm not saying give me blood and fire. give me real glass. I'm not asking for anything like that. I'm asking for a reasonable. Oh, they're chanting holy shit. We're all okay with it. We're all okay with it.
we should get into the Raw report. I don't think there's anything. I haven't got anything else I want to talk about on this.
Well,
is there anything else?
A little bit.
Yeah.
How soon do you think AEW is going to announce their deal with TNT now? Now the WWE's off the way. All negotiations are done. We're fine. We're in the final talks. AEW has no competition out there.
Wednesday?
Wednesday.
Tomorrow. Or during the Royal Rumble.
I have literally Tony Khan makes huge announcement tweet coming out tonight at some point. Tune into Dynamite for it, where he will announce that TNT will be the home of AEW for this going forward with a 5-year deal. Not going to reveal the amount.
Let's talk about numbers. How much do you think, given they've only been around for 5 years, how much do you think their IPs were? How much do you think the IPs were?
I got it's in the billion. I think they got $1 billion in IP. I think they got $1 billion. I think they got $1 billion. It's like a flat even or they're tight roping it. They're tight roping it. But I think they can make good money on that.
I think they're 750 mil. I don't think they're $1 billion.
Just give them the bill, Manny. Give them the bill.
No.
My whole thing is I don't trust them with all their drama and stuff. That's what kind of devalues the company. And their, the lower attendance that you may see. But I think them being on Max will elevate them more if they were to get on there.
I mean, it would elevate them more because you could probably put their catalog on there. And they need pay-per-view. I think the thing hindering them is just they need a streaming service and they need something. I think they need to step away from that pay-per-view price.
Yeah, and this will help
because I think because they're starting to move in that territory of we're not just doing 4 pay-per-views a month now. We're doing like a year. We're close to doing one nearly every month.
They got about 10 pay. They've got about 8 or 9.
They got about 8 or 9
pay-per-views.
I think they ran about 8 last year. I think one was done directly 1 week after another one, which I don't
weird.
Yeah, I don't think wrestling fans are cheap. Let's be real. Wrestling fans are cheap. The majority of them.
The majority, but the minority of them, the ones who have all the custom belts and all that shit, they will spend money. But the common folk like me and you here, we're wealthy in Latin America, but here in America and in London, we are kind of broke and we cannot afford this many pay-per-views a month.
Well, the fact that we live bougie lifestyles when we're in Latin America, that money doesn't last very long. When women feed us grapes, they don't come cheap.
We're clean hands.
They don't come cheap. The clean hands doesn't come cheap.
Yeah.
The feeding of the grapes, that's cheap.
The grapes are cheap. The grapes you get at a supermarket. It's the women's hands being clean. That's the hard part. The right soaps. Bath and Body Works have raised their prices just like meat stores. But that's pretty much all I wanted to touch up on that one is what does it mean for the wrestling world? Because WWE's going to Netflix. It's just going to ricochet to everybody else going other places. Like NWA has already landed on the CW app, and NXT is on CW the channel. Sense. Yeah, cable's dead. Traditional TV's dead.
Yeah. It's kind of like that Apple model, like where they're the ones that make the big change.
Yeah.
And then everyone suddenly follows, like removing the floppy disk, removing the CD drive, removing all this shit that people don't really use. And then people start following suit and it becomes industry norm. It's not always the case. Sometimes Apple are behind, like USB-C.
Yeah.
But like, It takes one bold person to make that type of change, and I think them being the worldwide leaders in the wrestling industry, I think others are gonna start to follow.
Yeah, and I think other sports are already following suit with that. We already see the MLS with Apple already, and baseball and other sports. NBA is on Max. You can watch that. Like everything seems to be moving toward that way and away from cable. So it just seems like it's the right move. Like again, WWE was ahead of this when they came out with their own network. They were right, but they just couldn't figure out how to make money on it, just like anybody else was streaming. Like I don't know what we're doing with it, but we shall see where the future lies with this. PLE's on Netflix or Peacock and all this other stuff. I don't know what's the A show anymore is. Is it Netflix or is it going to be SmackDown? Who's going to
it'd be Raw, it brings in more
USA
money.
Network.
Raw will bring in more money. It has to be Raw. It brings in more money than SmackDown.
But Raw's going to be what it is, right? Like if I have Netflix, I'm just like I tune in. Yeah. Like, but if I'm on the USA Network, I need reasons to watch it.
Any show, any channel that Roman Reigns is on is the A show.
Yeah, that's true. I'm gonna upgrade that, Manny. It's not Roman Reigns. Any show that Michael Cole is on, I think it's the A show, and I think that's why Raw got Michael Cole. I know. That's why I think they got Raw.
What if
that's why I think he's on Raw already?
But what if Michael Cole goes to SmackDown and then Vic goes to Raw?
Then we know SmackDown's back to being the A show.
Let's get into Raw, Marcus. I'm gonna shorten this because there is a lot of stuff on here that doesn't actually matter. I think 3 segments actually matter on this show.
It's true. It's true.
I think the opening segment with Seth Rollins. I think the tension growing within the Judgment Day, and then Cody Rhodes and CM Punk. Nothing else needs to be talked about outside of Chad Gable versus Ivar. I don't think anything else matters on this show.
You know, I will say Becky and Nia mattered a little bit, but that's it. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. It had a little bit in there. Just a little bit. And that one segment where Tegan and Natty were mad.
Oh, I didn't even write.
I just felt like saying that. I don't know. It has nothing to do with anything.
Seth Rollins says he has a grade 2 MCL tear that could keep him out with surgery for 4 months, which is when Gunther comes out and interrupts. Gunther says he's disappointed Seth may miss WrestleMania, which is where Seth tells him he intends to go against doctor's orders and take his title into WrestleMania, which Gunther declares he is going to win the Royal Rumble and pick him, and then he will target his knee, his back, and become World Heavyweight Champion.
So what I liked about this segment, I'm going to be brief on this one, is that we know Seth is gone. That means Gunther is the #1 champion. I think he's going to be featured more on the show as the champion right now of Monday Night Raw for the next 3 to whatever months. So he will be the main character. I thought that was a way that they visually transitioned to like, this is the main character. This is the main champion right now. It's this Intercontinental title.
Yeah, I think that's what's actually happened, though. I don't think we're going to see Seth nearly as much. I think he's going to become like Roman Reigns till he gets to WrestleMania, and
or even CM Punk showing up.
Yeah, drop the title there, and then have his surgery. I think it's been made out worse than it actually is.
He'll be back at Mania for sure.
Yeah, he'll be back. It's just that he probably needs to rest and rehab that knee, and then take time out after WrestleMania, which leads to Imperium versus the New Day. This series of matches that everyone's been involved in has not had a finish for feels like an entire month. This ended. This ended as a count out. And then this was all so they could fall through tables.
I'm going to say this. I know how you underline say this didn't matter. I enjoyed this segment. I enjoyed the falling through the tables.
It was fine.
But I'm going to tell you the funniest part about this is when who's on commentary on this show? I forget. When Wade Barrett and Michael Cole said, this is the first time they've ever actually had a match. And I go, what? I've seen this. No, Michael. I've seen the fight. No, Imperium's never fought the New Day in an actual tag match. And I go, what? This can't be true. And I think it is. That's the worst part. It's just been singles.
Imperium, Kofi challenged Gunther for the IC title, which is going to be on Raw, which raises a good question. I don't think there's many matches going on in Royal Rumble, which I kind of enjoy.
Yeah, the Royal Rumble is very condensed. It's very small. There are and there's going to be the 2 Rumble matches, and there's Kevin Owens, Logan Paul, which I forgot about, and then the Fatal 4-Way, which I like, and then we're going to probably have a random fill-in segment somewhere.
Yeah, I hope it's not like last year where we had that guy performing. Hardy.
Yeah.
Was it Hardy? Or was that a couple years ago?
That was Hardy. I would never forget it. Why? Maybe we get Habibi to perform.
We'll never get Habibi to perform unless we're back in Crown Jewel. Tension continued to grow between Priest and the Judgment Day. Priest is tired of Rhea Ripley walking around with her big head because she's on the cover of 2K and making matches for the Judgment Day every week. He has an idea. Stop making matches.
I'm going to Pierce's office.
Rhea says she ain't seen the vicious side of Finn Balor in a while, which leads to Dominic versus The Miz. Truth tells The Miz to keep an eye out for them Mysterio boys, Tom and Nick. Miz needs... I text you guys, Miz needs to be tested.
Yeah.
Why the hell is he doing a Hurricane Rana and a springboard?
I hate that you spoiled that Hurricane Rana because I didn't know when it was going to happen, but I was waiting for it. And when it was that Hurricane Rana to the outside, I went, when's he got that? Why does he have that? And then the springboard to follow, and which was a cross body because I didn't know what he was going to do. I'm like, Miz, you're in your 40s now. Now you're all of a sudden at Lucha Libre.
Well, this is the thing, Marcus. I saw this live. And then I was like, I need to tell my brothers. I need to tell them immediately. I don't care if they're watching this or not. What is happening?
Yeah,
am I on drugs? I haven't taken any drugs today.
Again, the Miz was all of a sudden has hit 40 and is in the prime of his life as he's stolen enough wrestling moves from people over the years, whether it's Bryan Danielson and Lindsay Dorado. That he is now a complete wrestler in the ring.
Yeah, but Marcus, in the end, it didn't really matter though, did it? Because one Habibi kick from Finn Balor was the setup to Miz's downfall, as that led to the 619 and the frog splash for the win.
Yeah, long time since Dominic won. That's what I was thinking when I saw this. I was like, "Fuck, it's been a while."
Yeah, and then DIY make the save after a vicious Finn gets the Miz, and then Damian Priest is given money in the back from the Tom and Nick match.
The Tom and Nick thing is hilarious to me every time he brings it up. Like, even when the Miz segment, it was like, it's just one truth. It's just one. I really wanted to play it up that there is a Tom. There is a Tom and Nick.
I really enjoyed this match between Chad Gable and Ivar. I feel Chad Gable should not be walking today to what Ivar did to him.
Yeah, I want to say this for the record. And Eric, I appreciate you need to send in your retirement and resignation there. You need to stop holding Ivar back. Let this man cook. And I know Chad Gable is an amazing wrestler. He can make anybody look good, but no, it's both. It was both, and I really enjoyed this match as well.
Yeah, the German suplex off the top rope wasn't enough for the win. As Ivar picks up the win, the thing that made me laugh was when Valhalla just appeared. It was like,
yeah, she was like, yeah, he was like, so Manny, I don't believe Valhalla should have been allowed in this segment because with Ivar's entrance, they didn't announce that Valhalla is here. they didn't publicly announce it. She came out simply in her match earlier, and she, I believe she won. Which my favorite thing about her match, she lost.
Yeah. Who loses to a bulldog in 2024?
You're right. I forgot. It was a bulldog off the top rope. I'm sorry. Oh, she lost. But my favorite thing about that match was Michael Cole's going, the unhinged, the unpredictable, the mysterious, the weirdo Valhalla. I don't know what she's going to do. I don't even know if she knows the rules. And then right after he said that she's cheating and putting her feet on the rope, and I died laughing because, she knows the rules, Michael. She's just shady. She's shifty. She's not as crazy as you think. She's a cheater. I start calling her a fraud. And I'm by myself in my car. Oh, she's such a fraud. Look at her. Cheating. Acting like she's crazy.
Did you say you were by yourself in your car when you saw this?
Yeah, I was watching in my car by myself. Yeah. On my lunch break. And I saw her put her feet on the ropes, and I was like, yeah. That's how I watched. I watched the first 30 minutes of Raw in my car before I start work. And then on my lunch break, I watch another, let's say, 40 minutes or so. And then the rest at home. That's how I watch Raw. And that's how I expect Netflix to give it to me.
Cody Rhodes and CM Punk have their little segment. This sold me on the Royal Rumble.
Yes.
Nothing they have done in the lead up to this Royal Rumble has sold me on anything but this.
Oh, you crazy. Manny, I think, and maybe it's just me being a part of the internet scene, I think this is one of the best builds to a Royal Rumble match in years. Not even with this segment. I just think the mystery of who's in it, or everybody claiming they're going to win the Royal Rumble, whether it's Crybaby Drew or Cody finishing his story, or Cryberry, CM Punk. Cryberry. I wouldn't say Crybaby CM Punk, but fuck it. Cryberry CM Punk. Or, just everybody to say they're going to win, and the hype around it, and the Rock, mystery of the Rock. Like, I'm hyped for this Rumble. I haven't been this hyped for a Rumble in years. Since maybe, I don't know, since the Lesnar said he's going to beat up everybody. But I'm really hyped for this Rumble, and this added more to the hype. I'm pumped up. I can't wait for Saturday. I'm really excited.
I can't wait for Saturday. Punk says his father was an electrician, which ironically makes him more of the American dream than Cody is. Cody talks about the pipe bomb. He inspired so many wrestlers because of that promo, but he left. He didn't pass on the torch. He dropped it on the way out. But guess what? Cody picked it up. Everything he spoke about, Cody did. When Punk talked, but Cody walked, making him more CM Punk than him.
Yes. Manny! And I wanted to, at the end of the segment, and all tensions flying, they do the little bump, and they get nose to nose, and they casually walk away from each other, and the tension was in the room, and then crowd chanting CM Punk, and one half is kind of chanting Cody, but it was, I think, overtaken by CM Punk. I don't know who actually won, and I don't know if they piped in these chants, but I thought that tension was amazing. I thought this segment was really good, and I just went and looked to myself and went, in my car, I guess. No, this wasn't the house. I just went and went, this should have been on AEW. This whole segment. There was nothing that was completely WWE. The whole story of Dusty called me to protect you. And, you treated me like a guy, and one of the guys, you left and ran away. And, like this could have been an AEW main event at Wembley or whatever. And somehow, whatever backstage politics that's going on there. Yeah.
Do you know what? No one talks about. Everyone talks about every time WWE fumbled someone. No one talks about how AEW fumbled both of these two.
Yeah, they potentially have lost. They lost the two top baby faces in wrestling. That's what they kind of did. They need number 1 and 2 right now in baby faces. CM Punk blurs the line of being a good guy or a bad guy. I don't know what he decided to do in the mirror today.
Do you know what? The pipe bomb is an iconic CM Punk promo, but I think because of this show, I think that the "Am I the bad guy?" thing he said has surpassed that for me.
Yes, I mean that's
because of all the nonsense that have gone on since after that promo. They're probably one of the best promos ever for no reason.
And I'm going to say this for, Cody and Punk have both had really good promos in their careers. They're both really good promos. But the ones that stick out to me are the one of him standing in the mirror as if he's a good guy or bad guy, and Cody scaring racism.
No.
Are the ones that highlight to me. That's Cody's promo. The one I think of when Cody comes out there every single time. Is he going to cure racism this week again?
No, the one that sticks with me is because it carries on into real life. Is all I want to do is do something, and all you want to do is make motherfucking things personal.
Yes, this is going to be a man winning championships, which he could have used that line this week to CM Punk. But CM Punk goes, but you're in this business man part. But this was a great segment, and it felt like the WrestleMania main event segment, to be honest.
I
expected My Way to come on right after this.
I left out the Nia Jax segment, but she talks about squashing Rhea, and Becky claims that she's gone to WrestleMania squashing their dreams. Becky's not sure if she's going to enjoy winning her second Royal Rumble in her career or watching Nia lose more. Bayley said some things, but then a fight broke out. Nia squashes Bayley. Backstage, they tease Rhea and Becky again.
Yeah, this is a rare occurrence when they have the 3 big mic segments of Cody and Punk, Rollins and Gunther, and then the Becky, Nia, Bayley thing. There was only one physical altercation, and it was this one. Everybody else kind of just walked away.
Well, a bump is quite physical, Marcus. It doesn't take much to set off Phil.
Yeah, no. I mean, he ripped up his microphone and threw up his shirt. He's like, fuck the world, whatever.
And then that wasn't the end for Damage Control, as they decide to chat shit to Natty and the girl that should be fired.
Tegan's nuts. The girl with the Chinese knees.
I don't know why the camera was there was multiple women in this segment, but it felt like the cameraman was focused on Natty's tits. I'm just being clear. That's what that whole segment was.
Manny, if Natty was doing this show, and hold on, I'm gonna do my best Natty impersonation. It'd be all of this. She's all tits now, Manny. They're just out there. They're in the open. They're just out there in every outfit she's wearing, and you don't even see her mouth anymore. It's just all tits. It's just all tits.
Do you know what I want to do?
That South Park where Cartman was with Beth, his bitch.
Yes,
he was betraying Dawn Banghead. That's what I think of when I see Natty now.
That's what I want, Marcus. I want her and Alexis King to team up together, and they can be Dog the Bounty Hunter.
That's so perfect.
Yeah.
Come on, brah. You can't be doing this, brah. Get off the meth.
Come on, brother. Hey, brother.
Hey, brother.
They always find a crack pipe. Wherever they go, they always find a crack pipe.
Crack pipes and meth pipes, all of it. Always. You said you're going to quit this, brah. You said you're going to stop, brah. We're trying to help you. I don't need this dog. I'm trying to put my crack in peace. You brought cameras.
Shayna and Zoe Stark defeat Indy Hartwell and Candice LeRae. Nothing need to be said there. Drew McIntyre versus Damien. It's perfect. Drew McIntyre versus Damien Priest. The match was all right. R-Truth tries to give Priest his cut again. The distraction was enough to cost Priest the match. Drew wins with the Claymore. Hey, what's the passcode?
Yeah, my main thing is, yes, I enjoyed the comedy of R-Truth, the money and all that and stuff like that. I just think the match between Drew and Priest should have been more serious. It just seemed weird and awkward, and that's why I don't like the match at all. It was a fine match, and then R-Truth got involved. It just seemed like it got really silly, and I don't think that's the way Raw should have ended this week. If anything, Raw should have ended with Punk and Phil nose to nose, going or something like that. And My Way playing.
Jimmy's reminded me of something that they tried to sell me on, and I refused to. They're trying to celebrate 40 years of Hulkamania as of today, and I do not care. And
40 years
this
of
man
Hulkamania
tried to hint at a one final Royal Rumble appearance.
Well, please God, no. Go get Hulk Hogan. Get out of here.
I got in time for the MCM Royal Rumble pick'em, mainly because I saw your message pop up there. I was like, oh, I've still got time. Let me get in. And then Jamal's like, somebody's gonna get Hogan. I'm like, somebody is gonna get Hogan. It's gonna be
someone's gonna get Hogan.
It's gonna be me.
So the question is, if Hogan's in the Rumble, Manny, the question is, what black person is he going after as soon as he get in there? As soon as he gets in, he's going straight for Kofi Kingston. You ruined that title. That was my baby. I treated that title like my daughter, and as a black man touched it. I need to get you out of here. And then Bobby's right behind him, and then he gets thrown out.
I think he goes for Woods. Woods was the one that was more public about. about Hogan.
Oh, that's true. But you know what I want? Because I don't know if you know that video game clip with all the black they put Hogan in the Royal Rumble with all the black wrestlers.
I was gonna rip that today and play that.
That's exactly what I want to happen, brother.
Jimmy said Hogan's Hulkamania is everywhere. Commercial annoyed the crap out of me on levels for some reason. I get that he was big, but it felt like he was drinking his own Kool-Aid. A bit overrated to me. All the guys, if you think about it, all the guys that made it to his level,
beanie for this one.
to his level.
No cap.
I hate this beanie. I love this beanie, but I hate this beanie at the same time because it leaves ridges in my head.
The ridges on TV. We're not 4K definition.
They were a little bit all overrated. Like Stone Cold Steve Austin wasn't the best wrestler, but if you listen to his podcast, you would think he was the greatest of all time, like Shawn Michaels, Ric Flair level. No,
it's not about Manny. It's not about how good your matches were back in the day or anything like that. It was about how you made people feel. And I'm going to say this. Hulk Hogan made everybody feel a certain way. I believed a superhero existed in real life. It was Hulk Hogan. I don't care. I knew the up and up on wrestling, but I was like, this, you may have your comic books. You may have your Superman, Batman, Spider-Man, Incredible Hulks. I have Savage, Hogan, Warrior, Sting to an extent. I have all these guys who I was like, these guys are amazing. I don't care what they did in the ring. I just want to see them win. And that's what wrestling used to be. And you know what? I miss that. To an extent. I'm tired of these. I know I like matches. I like a good match. Okada, you're great. Whatever. Bryan Danielson, I love you. Everybody knows. I admitted on the podcast, I suck your dick in front of the twins. It don't matter. I miss the simple time of how this wrestler makes me feel when I see them come out. Going like, they're great. This is great. Kind of like Phil right now with CM Punk. I don't give a fuck about CM Punk match.
It's annoying when his music hits. It's annoying when his music hits and you know that's a banger. Regardless. Yeah. And then you're like, no, I can't. He's done so many crimes. Dun 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 dun. Dun.
Yeah, I want to sing that song. I hate the man. It's conflicted. It's conflict. It's a lot of conflict going on. Of like, my childhood is playing right now. This is my childhood theme song, and he's a piece of shit. It's like, oh, this is horrible. I don't know what hurt you more. To me, and I know these people have committed real crimes. But you know what? I'm gonna just save this. I'm not gonna talk about my music tastes.
Like my music taste is all over the place.
No, I mean, it's like if you bring up Ignition comes on, bounce like R. Kelly's it's a banger.
I ain't trying to be rude.
Yeah. It's a banger. He has hits. I'm just saying he has hits, and it's over. And you are conflicted with that kind of deal when you see Hogan, like, oh yeah, but they're a piece of shit. But they have moments of your life where you go like, it's the remix to Ignition, I'm flipping for something the kitchen, or trapped in the closet and shit. Whatever. They have moments. Just horrible. What? I thought this was gonna be a Hulk Hogan good morning. I didn't read it. I just thought it was perfect for a Hulk Hogan thing right now. But now I gotta pick Willie Beamer to Shane Falco. I'm taking Willie Beamer because Shane Falco can't play in the Sugar Bowl.
It has to be Willie Beamer. One, because Shane Falco just played with a bunch of bums.
Yeah, but they did beat a professional team though. They beat a professional team with a bunch of bums.
They did, but he tried to walk out.
Yeah, he came in at halftime.
Yeah.
Which seems like something Rogers would do at this point. I'm here to save the team.
This episode of Raw was saved by certain segments, but I think all the news that happened today has overshone what has happened on last night's episode of Raw.
Yeah, I think the highlight of Raw to me is the like Jimmy brought up the numbers package. I enjoyed that. Always enjoy it every year. Always
Yeah,
enjoy
but do you know what? It was missing the NFL films music this year.
They had a new voice doing it, a woman's voice doing it, and
Yeah,
they went
I
up,
think
had new numbers. They
John
had new
Cena.
numbers.
Yeah, it need to be John Cena or someone like it always is.
Yeah, they had new numbers up there, which I wasn't where we're going to see. Maybe remember Ricochet. Oh, and you know, like the graphic of just showing so few people in this Rumble match, going like there are 27 spots, unknown spots, or 23 spots unknown in the men, and 26 spots unknown in the women, which is the most exciting part about the Rumble of who the fuck's in this thing? And when their music hit, everybody's gonna go, oh shit. Again, if one MJF shows up, which I don't think it's gonna happen. I know it's not gonna happen. Or if a coin flip, if MJF shows up, I'm gonna walk up the street, Manny, and just leave it on. I'm just gonna leave it on. It's gonna be like, this is it. That's it. I'm just gonna walk out. That's ridiculous. If the coin flips, I'm gonna be shocked, amazed, and go like, oh shit, it's Okada. And you know, of any other, those two people are the only two people that will just be really like, oh my god, I can't believe this is happening.
The MJF thing though, I don't think is gonna hit nearly as much.
Manny, if MJF
because he's not going to be able to have the AEW music.
Did that matter for AJ Styles, Manny?
Yeah, but that AJ Styles is different though, because the surprise of AJ Styles was no one knew what that music was, so everyone was a bit like, huh? And then on the screen you saw "I Am Phenomenal." Yeah. I can't even speak now. And then everyone knew, but like.
You don't think it's some says you're down level with the devil?
He comes up to some generic music and it says MJF.
I don't think it'll be. I think they will have a good track for him, Manny. And on top of that, if it just says either MJF or I'm better than you and you know it, I think the crowd would just go nuts. I'm just like, oh my god. It's just the same thing as Phenomenal. And I think even though TNA had a bigger audience back in the day of AEW, I think AEW has more of an audience, you know, of the equivalent now. I think people would know.
No, it's because do you know what it was about AJ was because he was in the Bullet Club nonsense. Everyone knows the Bullet Club. Everyone.
You don't think TNA had anything to do with that? I think TNA had you underestimate their audience. They had 3 million people watching this show.
They did, but like think about all the nonsense wrestling neckbeards that wear Bullet Club shirts. And I'm also talking about Jamal.
Hey, I had one too. Leave me alone. Leave us alone.
I never had one.
I know. I had one.
They were all over it. The thing that took over everything about wrestling for that period was Bullet Club. No one watched New Japan to that level to be like, I know all about Bullet Club.
But I feel like AJ was the one that brought everybody in, like the guy. Like Bullet Club was happening. You know, Prince Devitt did his thing and everything. You know, that people were watching. But AJ was the guy that got more people to watch. The TNA people who were like, "Fuck, I can't believe TNA lost AJ Styles to New Japan Pro Wrestling. Those sons of bitches." And then AJ was like, "Oh, I need to see what AJ's doing." And he's over there just like, he's cooking. He's cooking, basically.
Yeah. I'm trying not to care so much about who's in it because I know what's going to happen, and it's the same case for every wrestling fan. You build up and you think someone's going to be in it, like I don't know, MJF or Batista's going to be in the Royal Rumble. How sad are you going to be when they don't come out?
Yeah. You're going to be like, oh, this Rumble sucked. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Oh, the women's didn't have Mercedes in there or whatnot. Like, this sucks. This all sucks. I can't believe they brought Ronda Rousey back.
Which is also, I mean...
When that happened, when Ronda's music hit, that's not who I wanted.
I'm initiating a rule, Marcus.
Ooh.
I was annoyed at the last time they did reactions for CM Punk's return. All of us didn't. All of our reactions were off. There was a rule this year. During the Royal Rumble matches, no phones at all.
What do you
No
mean?
one can be. Eric was on his phone. I wasn't. You were ahead of us because your peacock fucked up.
Yeah.
So I think
never on
no
my phone.
phone during the Royal Rumble match. This is a rule more for Eric.
Yeah, well, he's
Yeah,
what
I want genuine reaction. I want to be picked up. We need to be picked up, and we need to be on Raw, and then our numbers will grow.
Yeah. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! I think my reaction should be me screaming out here, and then we do a cut shot of me running naked in the street. And if they have as many surprises as they can have,
Like
they max out on surprises.
I'm gonna hit BB kick my chair.
I can just see you doing it and then being like, "Oh my god, I'm hurt. I'm still hurt, guys. I'm hurt. I had nothing to soften my landing."
What you see is me hit the chair, and then you just hear a thud on the floor.
Yes.
And then nothing happened for about 5 minutes.
You just hear, "Oh."
Fade to black. Fade to black.
We'll do one of these. We'll do one of these. Hey guys.
Oh, yeah, so make sure you join us for the Royal Rumble watch along. It will be fun. And
no bingo. I decided to not do bingo this year.
Bingo's too difficult. Bingo's too difficult. On short notice, bingo is just too difficult.
Yeah.
It really is difficult. But if we had more people that actually partake and joined us during the shows and stuck around for the entire watch along, it'd be fun. Yeah. But last time we did it, we had people hopping in and out that had a bingo card. It was like, Yeah. And obviously you got people like me and Eric that will try and break rules to try and win.
No. I figured out the best way to do it. I was just gonna it's just gonna be the Royal Rumble matches and just put all the people who I believe could be in it. And then that would you can't break a rule because we know who's who. We know who's who. You're not gonna be like, oh well, I have the Ultimate Warrior here. How? He's dead, Manny.
Hey, the spirit of the warrior, as he said, lives on. Are you calling that man a liar?
No.
Oh, Marcus, I saw the best tweet. I was meant to send it to you.
Okay.
Did I save it on my phone? No, I didn't save it on my phone. But do you know this 40 years of Hulkamania shit that was coming up?
Yeah.
Sid Vicious tweeted out that it did all this video package reminded me of how Hulk Hogan screwed me out of Royal Rumble. To which he followed with, "It makes me want to dig up Jack Tunney and powerbomb him."
Is he talking about when he pulled him out of the ring and him, and the Hogan was eliminated fair and square?
Yes.
There was no shady tactics from Sid in that match. Yeah.
And Jack Tunney did nothing. Jack Tunney did nothing.
That was the only time I've ever, even as a kid, going, what the fuck? He can do that? I've never seen somebody that was eliminate a guy in a match and pull him out after it was a fair and square elimination.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be something backstage that you were saying there. I was like, no, he's talking about
you can dig up Jack Tunney and powerbomb him.
How dare Jack Tunney? By the way, Manny, 45 minutes, we didn't make it. We tried. Too much news. And then we rambled for 15 minutes.
We were close.
Yep.
Once again,
we rambled for 15 minutes. We rambled at the end.
Once again, we failed. Once again.
Yeah.
The quest for a 30-minute show.
It's never going to happen. I mean, once we're talking about how BB kicking chairs, it's over. We killed a lot of time. We realized we lost. I realized we lost. Tune in Thursday when the quest continues for the 30-minute show.
The 30-minute show on Thursday is more difficult.
Yeah, it's 2 shows. And Dynamite has so much shit thrown at us. But that's all I got. I got nothing else.
Yeah, that's all I've got to.
Yeah, Netflix, so make sure you
tune. Pardon?
We'll take.
No.
At
this point, I take a Tubi sponsorship.
Yeah, I'll take 200K from Tubi right now.
200K. I take $50 from Tubi at this point.
That's not how negotiations work, Manny. You can't start with $50. Done. Fuck. Jesus. We own all the rights to the shop for $50. So if you ever blow up or if anything ever happens, all the money's going to us. We sold it for $50. We're fools. We were joking to me. We never thought anything could come from this.
Marcus, we have to sign a contract. This isn't a verbal contract. People don't lose companies on verbal contracts.
I'm sure Tubi guys try to do it all the time. Where they have you sign contracts on crackers and shit and napkins. This is binding? In the court of law it is. This napkin says you guys said Tubi for $50. I didn't sign it yet. You verbally signed it. You can verbally sign napkins. Because they get wet and they're ruined.
So make sure you tune. What's going on tomorrow? What's coming out tomorrow?
Tomorrow's top 100 matches again. It's the 100. It's the first ever, the inaugural women's Royal Rumble match.
Ooh, topical.
Yeah, so topical, yeah. And most of them are going to be kind of topical in the time. Although this was recorded back in October. And you will be able to probably hear some of the moments that be like, well, the Survivor Series is coming out.
You didn't even try to cut that out.
No, I ain't gonna do it. It was a mid-sentence. It was like, how did I cut that? It's not that blatant. It's the only line in there. Now I was like, oh, okay. There are cuts to do it, but that was the one line in there where it's like, well, we don't know what to expect of Survivor Series and all that. And there's a lot of Mercedes talk. There's a little bit of Mercedes talk. But you know what? Turns out she never ended up anywhere.
That's she had a broken foot. She still had a broken foot.
Yeah, so it was still relevant. It was irrelevant and irrelevant. It's like, oh, where's she going to end up? A little bit of that, but not much. It's mostly focused on that match and in that time period. So we're good. It's not too bad. But when you hear like Survivor Series and you see that my beard is more lined up a little bit, you're like, when did he record this shit?
I used to hate that about Roy's Retro. Some days I would just not go to the barbershop and I'd look raggedy during the week. And then on Roy's Retro, I'd look pristine.
It's clearly tape.
Oh, yeah. But make sure you like the video, subscribe, join the boys tomorrow. Take a trip all the way back to October and watch the Royal Rumble. And we'll be back on Thursday. And obviously there is no Saturday show unless something huge happens on Friday. And stay tuned for the watch along. We out.
Yeah, basically the Saturday show would be the first minute. Peace. Of the Royal Rumble.
Who wore it better?
Why she look like an old Gateway ad for the old Gateway computer commercials? 101 Dalmatians.
Gateway? I haven't heard about that for years.
Yeah, but whenever I see a cow, I think about it. I don't know what told Bailey to wear this outfit. I'm going to dress up as a cow.
You know, there's a certain angle where Bailey's foot looks like Becky's, and I can't. It's hard to.
Yeah, I mean, they clearly shop the same pants. Yeah, they clearly shop the same leather pants. Sure.
Yeah,
Like those are the exact same outfit.
Yeah, but Bailey wears it better.
Yeah, because she's thicker. I don't know why they look like they're both beating up Nia Jax. Like, I seen this in the club 20 minutes ago. Or last night. This is some ratchet ass shit. Oh, bitch, I gotta hit you. Like, oh, they're fighting Nia. Someone call the police.
And on that note, guys, we are truly out this time. Bye.
Deuces, peace.